Hello, my friends. This is not a regularly scheduled live stream. Um, we're going to be doing more throughout the week, especially when we're having like technical difficulties like we did today. Um, when we now that it seems like we've got the router fixed. We got a new router and it caused some issues. I mean, Mercury retrograde right on the edge. Perfect type of stuff not to be doing on the edge of retrograde. But in any case, it seems to be okay at least for now. So I just wanted to catch people up since it's been difficult to communicate. So if you're new to the channel, what we're going to cover is information about SPY in the coming days, and Bitcoin will cover as well. And then there's questions and answers. People will either hop on here as YouTube channel members, and they're able to ask questions as many as they want on these live streams, or they're paying subscriber on our website, Tarot for Traders. Any of those will get you, any of the subscriptions on our website will get you access to our Discord, where we have a live stream questions channel, and these questions get answered on the next available live stream. If you're new to the channel, guys, when I do these sequences of chart events, like on a daily here, a sequence of chart events is by hour, but you'll need to give it plus or minus one or two increments of time in some cases. In some readings, it's a sequence of chart events as outlined by the prediction that you should pay closest attention to. All right, so let's get into it. First off, let's check out what the day was like. Interesting. And I had to go to the hospital Tuesday, and I'm disciplined enough that I closed out of all of my positions that I was looking to trade over the next couple of days because I didn't know how long I was going to be there. Really frustrating because I was positioned well, but I'm just going to sit out for the remainder of retrograde at this point. That's the type of thing that happens. You might be right, but you can still lose money. This is why I always tell people, no matter how tempting it is with our accuracy to like bet everything on the house, only a fool does that. You're basically setting yourself up for the universe throwing that one time at you where we were wrong and you put everything down on it and now you're done, right? Whereas you could have just put a little bit down every single time we on every single trade, put the same amount down, and over time that adds up, and the faster you take those profits and reposition, the faster they come in. So there's a lot of things to trading besides just knowing up and down. So we had a low right here at the open, peak that we sell off from into the post in the pre-market into a low. It looks like multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance into the open, and then a bit more of a decline just out of the open before this big move to the upside. The low being Ace of Cups opportunity, so a big opportunity to open up a long position there, and you would look to close that long position before 11 o'clock. Oh my God, the timing on this was so clutch, so clutch. We would attempt to establish support there with the success card, and then the opportunity just before we turn around and we start declining is there just around 11 o'clock or just before 11 o'clock, so that's where you would exit out of the long trade. There would have been another day trade in here, it looks like, but didn't hold up as nicely. This could have been the day trade when we had this brief peak that's easily missed. In the 1 to 2 o'clock hour, you open up a long position to close at the end of the day. Probably what will happen is there'll be a better opportunity to close out of a long position here on the 21st. Sometimes that happens because we should see this rally here increasing with momentum. It looks like it started, but probably continues into the following day. I expect some whipsaw action there. From the 1 month standpoint, and these are examples of chart drawings that you get as part of the early access subscription on our website, Tarot for Traders. We actually are drawing entry and exits for trades to make it easier for people to see. These are swing trades and reflections. The smaller ones are reflections of some day trades even, but pretty darn accurate. Um, oh, and that reminds me, guys. So the April reading for SPY was one of the first April readings I did. And I'm looking back at it and I'm like, I need to re-record that. So I said there was a possibility I would need to re-record it. The April reading for SPY right now, I would disregard. We're going to have it recorded and up again, probably tonight. Hopefully tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow. For anybody with early access, they'll see it then. People without early access, you'll get it publicly right before April starts. But so far so good as far as this reading is concerned. Now, I would have liked to see, matter of fact, I would have liked to see us go higher here, but it may be that it carries over here. I said there was some possibility of a high here. If I'm wrong about where the high is, there's some possibility of a high here on the 26th. And I'm happy to say that the thing that was creating like an alternate where we might have had a low there, it didn't create the alternate. So the original plan is still at play here. However, what we really should see tomorrow is like a big move into a high. You might, with SO Meta, sometimes you take off that. If there's like a big move right on the edge of the month, sometimes you won't count that in when you're factoring where the high for the month is. Like I would, if I'm looking to like estimate a highest high, I would do around here just because this big move was right there on the line. The readings blend into each other, so you want to be mindful of that. Even so, we had a low for the month on the 10th, 11th. And it looks like we first hit it on the 11th, came back to it on the 13th. Interesting. So really the 13th is the queen of discs. This is an example of plus or minus 1 day or 1 or 2 days of wiggle room on a 1 month, right? Because we revisited a support level that was recently a past opportunity there on the 13th. In the sequence of events, that right there is the queen of discs, and then we're off to the races with the sideways fluctuating rally on the 13th. Right, sideways fluctuating rally that precedes a decline. We had a trough for the 18th, 17th, 18th. Boom, you got a trough right there. That's an example of a prominent trough, not a lowest low. If you're new to the channel, that's verbiage that you'll hear a lot. So a prominent trough there, as indicated by this star. I expect there's probably going to be quite a move to the upside here overnight or into tomorrow. Probably ending lower by the end of the day. But my sense is that we probably gap up or there's a big move to the upside. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. And then we'll get into the Q&As. If you're new to the channel, guys, there's 2 ways you can ask questions. You can sign up on our YouTube channel, Tarot for Traders. $50 a month gets you the supporter badge and unlimited questions on any of these live streams. And then the other way that you would go about that is you'd get one of the paying subscriptions through our website, Tarot for Traders, which gives you Discord trade alerts and TradingView chart links, all that stuff. I'll show you how to get those game-changing services at the end of the video. But one of the things is that it'll give you access to a Discord channel where you can ask questions throughout the week and we answer them on the next available live stream. Where is it? All right, so the Bitcoin reading for March, I don't think it's been one of my best, but let's I might be speaking too soon. up into a low on, what is that, March 10th. So we had possible low there on 11th, 12th. So we were off by a day there. That's after a peak, which we had on the 7th and on the 9th possibly. It was almost a peak. It kind of like stalled out and tried to go back there. Overall, pretty solid. There was a low on the 4th. We either missed this as a low or we were plus or minus a day off. I think we probably missed this as a low there. But either way, that was one of the locations that we have as an alternate on our Discord. If we were wrong about the lows being here, they would likely be there. I still see one more significant trough standing out in the near future. It's the 20th right now. This is a peak that we're already in the 21st on the chart, but this on the 20th is this peak that we declined pretty notably from. Right now we're in this failed attempt to break through key resistance candlestick, which there should be like an upward wick, an upward moving wick. Not really. It could be at all lengths, but you'll have a red candlestick with a wick on the upper side of it for something along the lines of the defeat card. I mean, guys, if you're new to the channel, I've been doing this, developing this system for 26 years. It wasn't until about 5 or 6 years ago that the accuracy was at a place where I just didn't give a anymore what people had to say. Before that, it was like first 15 years, it was like 75% accuracy. And now we're in the mid 90s on average, especially if you account for the plus or minus a day here or there wiggle room. It's a real system. It's a science. And we're proving it every single day just by predicting the S&P 500 by the hour. So I think we probably have a bit of we're going to have, this is going to end up being a red candlestick, like I said, with a wick. So right now we're creating the wick with a little bit of the green body. And then tomorrow we likely decline pretty notably. Excuse me, on the 22nd, we decline pretty notably into another prominent trough. We're likely to come into this range here again. And we were actually on point with this. If you notice, this wick here did enter it, and sometimes that'll happen, but it still counts, my friends. These were drawn February 27th. Examples of the Discord trade alert or the TradingView chart link drawings that you get as part of the early access subscription or the monthly access subscription, depending on what we're looking at. For Bitcoin, it would be monthly access. I still think the highs are ahead of us, and they're indicated here around the 25th. That may be before a pretty sharp drop. In some of these cryptos, I'm getting the sense of a really sharp drop off of highs at the end of the month. Let's see what we got for questions on the Discord live stream questions portion here. Will UX Link reach $1 before June? Oh, this is actually looking like it's poised to make a move like that, just from a technical analysis standpoint with the RSI, what it's doing, and us being at the bottom of a range. Definitely looks like we could have bottomed out or about to bottom out. I think we probably bottomed out. And you want to know if we make it, if this will make it to $1 before June, and that's USD. I got two no's, they were unclear. Let me try again, see if I get something clearer. Yeah, it's coming back to me pretty unclear right now. I would recommend asking this question again. Sometimes it happens, or maybe I'll ask it again at the end of the live. And stick around, guys. At the end of the live, I'm going to show you guys how to get access to those Discord services, which are really game-changing services. If you're planning on trading this information, which you really should not do alone, guys. I lost a lot of money figuring out how to do this. Please benefit from my mistakes. In the first 10 years, you could say in losses that I took, I basically paid for a master's degree in psychic finance because it was all experimentation, developing a system, thinking I had it, betting a lot, realizing I didn't have it figured out yet, losing a lot. But you know, like I said, about 5-6 years ago, really got into the 90s. It's been there ever since. So what you want is my expertise, which is something you get as part of the early access Discord, or if you've got monthly access, you get all of these. If you've total access, you get all of these. There's a lot to it, guys. Also, the earliest any of our public posts come out on YouTube. Well, hymns is at $33. Has it bottomed out, or will it go lower? Will it go back to $70 by April, May? Let's see that. I'm getting a no for the $70 by April, May. And I see that it's bottomed out. It has bottomed out around that mark. So it looks like it's probably bottomed out in March, but goes lower in April, probably bottoming in May, and then there's like a pop and drop there, or maybe it's like a pop out of April back into May or something like that. So for March, it's bottomed out. If you just hopped on, guys, we just covered SPY, Bitcoin. We looked at UX Link. We looked at him. So if you're interested in any of those, when this live stream ends, you can always go to the click on the link of the live stream and watch the beginning of it and get those caught up. I'm also at the end of this video going to show you guys how to get the game-changing services that we provide as part of our paid subscriptions. Great way to support the channel. And if you're serious about trading SM meta-analysis, you must have these services. It's a fool's errand to try and learn to trade this stuff because there's so much more to it, guys. Like just your knowing your level of risk tolerance and understanding when and how you'll doubt yourself. Remember, you're betting money on tarot cards. Everybody in the world says that's crazy. It's not easy because you must have conviction, and when you're learning to see if it's real, you know, it's very, very difficult. So I just advise following along the Discord chats, Discord trade alerts, and the trading view chart drawings that we have. Will SPY go to 520, 550 end of March, early April? So it's very difficult. This area on a lot of the readings is very difficult because there's like this like whipsaw kind of thing going on. There's highs and lows within close time proximity to each other around the cusp of March, April. But my sense is that we probably move to the upside into the end of March. And then around the 7th of April, we probably see another reversal to the downside. So we peak out around the 7th, most likely in April. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, because with Mercury retrograde's chart pattern, basically that what happened within these two dark green lines, we should see the inverse of it within this line and this line over here. So we definitely got a lot of movement to the upside. It's not an exact pattern because weekends mess up the order of things. And then around the 7th, a peak out, and at least here. What is that, 583? I don't really see that for the S&P. We might see lower lows for specific stocks in April, May, but across the board for the S&P, remember 1 year needs plus or minus 2 weeks of wiggle room in some cases. So there's a low around the end of, or the beginning of April. There's also a high around the beginning of April. So within 2 weeks of each other, we should see that happening. And I think that's probably whatever this low is that we come out of here around March, April, whatever the low ends up being, well, we won't be at a lower price level than that come May. We should be probably if we are at another trough, it'll be significantly higher than whatever the March, April trough low is. And when I say March, April trough low, there could be a high, and then the trough is within 2 weeks of that March, April cusp. All right, just to be clear, they're stacked up on top of each other, and when the energies are stacked like that on top of each other, it usually indicates increased volatility and a big price move. But determining if it's up then down or down then up becomes very, very difficult. Thank you, Avila. Much love and appreciation. The cards say, I really don't think so, but the cards, let's see what they have to say. Probably close. It'll probably be close to that 520, 550. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like it's a yes for early April. Hey Raj, is the SPY low behind us for the month of March? Let's take a look. If you're just hopping on, guys, and you want to ask questions, there's two ways to do it. You go to our YouTube channel, Tarot for Traders, click on join. $50 a month gets you unlimited questions and a supporter badge. Or if you've got a paid subscription on our website, Tarot for Traders, then you have access to our Discord live streams question. People drop questions in there throughout the week, and I answer them on the next available live stream. I'm going to show you how to get those services at the end of the video. I'm also going to give you guys a special coupon where you can order 2 one-year reports for 2026 for $400 off on that deal, and it'll disappear fast. Anyhow, so is the low for for March behind us? My sense is yes. We saw the low here on the 11th, and then we revisited it here on the 12th. So I ended up being a day early on the second revisiting. But either way, that's the low as planned. We didn't quite get into a high here yet, but I did indicate that there is a possible alternate scenario where we have higher price levels here. Thing is if you can get out of a long position for a profit here, probably first thing in the morning tomorrow. Let's see. I would probably do it there based on the 1 month, because there's uncertainty in the next week. There's two alternate scenarios that could unfold there. Yeah, I would recommend if you can exit out of a long position for a good profit here first thing in the morning, or at least before 10:15. I highly recommend doing that to be on a to be cautious here, because when we look at the 1 month, right, we may very well have a high here tomorrow. If I'm wrong about the low, then the low, because it's still, we're in range where we could come back down with these, and that ends up being lows again. It would actually make sense actually if we saw lows again there, but then that's what I'm saying. It's an alternate. So this coming week is definitely tricky stuff. I would be mindful of that. The April readings are coming out. The April readings are substantially clearer and easier to read than these March readings. These March readings were nasty. Just, complicated, multiple alternate scenarios, and those alternates are like conflicting, where the highs and the lows are like in reverse. Craziest month I've seen in a really, really long time, if not ever. But these April readings are much clearer, much easier to read and time and pinpoint. So I'd probably step out there. My rule of thumb is that I don't trade. Once we hit this line, the Mercury retrograde station, I don't trade until we hit this line, which is the Mercury retrograde, Mercury direct station, and then I'll have a good idea based on where the price level is on this line. I'll have a good idea of where we're going to end up on this line, because it does a very similar pattern to that of what you see in the first shadow is repeated in the second shadow. I talk about this every retrograde, guys. I've been watching it for years. It's the most reliable pattern I've ever found in the stock market, aside from maybe the moon cycles. What else we got? Hey, Ruccio. Will Trump coin reach $80 and CLSK reach $40 in 2025? Or Trump coin? Okay. That's not right. I presume it's this one you're talking about. No data for that yet, unfortunately, but I can still answer the question. Will it reach $80, or will it reach 80 cents? Excuse me. No, $80. Will it reach $80 in 2025? I got a very clear yes for that. And there's going to be some fast moves higher, so be mindful. And will CLSK reach $40 in 2025? I got a no, not the clearest no, but I did get a no for that. Well, let me do that one more time, see if it's clear. Yeah, ask me that one another time. Is it a good time to buy Holo and RCAT for the rest of 2025? Please let us know about MTCH and PayPal for 2025. Is there a major upside? What will be the highest high? Hey, Lenzo. Okay, so Holo. Hey, AV. We don't have one for that? Weird. So it's a good time in 2025. What the heck happened here? That's... Oh, HOT is holo. Weird. It says no, there's lower to go here. There will be a good time to buy in 2025. See if I can give you an idea of that. Using a classical way of timing, not the Esometo way, you can go to the website Tarot for Traders, hover over tarot cards, or click on tarot cards. I pulled the Truce card to give me some timing. You scroll down to the bottom for timing. This is classical timing using the tarot. October 13th, October 22nd. That's your buy window, so that's quite a bit away. Either that, or it could also be from a thematic standpoint. Sorry guys, my camera looks like my camera went out momentarily. So it could either be 4 weeks from now or October 13th to October 22nd. I would ask me again in 4 weeks and see what the cards say. Hey, AV, joined late. No, we got on really late, actually. There's I know there's multiple drops or forecasts for a drop on the 28th, 29th. I think there's definitely something along that lines going on. It's like some sort of whipsaw thing. It might be, it could be. I posted in the world events a couple days ago about a cyber attack. And it might be related. It might be related to that, actually. But yeah, it seems like there's like a top out around the 25th. Might be the very end of the month. And then a lot of the April readings are showing lows in the beginning of April. I'm gonna be dropping a bunch of those tomorrow night, and I'm feeling very confident about the April monthly access readings because they are all following very, very similar patterns. The cryptos are following a similar pattern. The stocks are following their own similar pattern. The VIX is doing the opposite of that similar pattern. So a lot of good confirmation that these are going to be solid readings in April. And you'll have to wait to the very end of the month if you to get the public version of these on our YouTube channel. If you've got monthly access subscription, you'll get them as soon as they come out. They're dropped into our Discord channel for that. Again, I'll show you how to get that at the end of this live stream. So I think there is some sort of flash crash there because that's what I was talking about earlier. Is that we've got in a lot of readings on the 1 years we've got a high and the low within such close time proximity to each other around the March-April cusp, it becomes very difficult to determine which one is first, the high or the low. And when that happens, it's usually because there's a big move either to the upside or to the downside or both, an increase in volatility. But you can count on a high and a low being within close time proximity to each other. And that could be as much as 2 weeks based on the 2 week increments of time on the 1 year readings. Appreciate you, AV. Long-time supporter. All right, so RCAT was the next. Was this a good one to buy now for the remainder of 2025? This is doing kind of a similar thing to Holo. Oh, it's because I'm still looking at Holo. Sorry. This one looks a lot more bullish based on what's transpiring here. It could go a little lower, it's possible, but it's pretty much close to a bottom here. It's below the 200-day moving average. RSI's already dipped through the 30. Let's see. So is this a good buy entrance point for 2025? I got a yes. It wasn't the clearest, but it was a yes. Likely means that there's a little bit of a drop ahead, and that's where you don't want to hop in on any bit of a decline of a down day at this point. You'd want to hop into a long. This will likely go in 2025. Let's see if we can determine that. Looks like we probably breached the 1420 something at some point in 2025, but it doesn't, like, we break out and then we turn around. So be very careful around those price levels. If you're in a long position, that's probably where you want to exit, just to be on the safe side. If you're just joining us, guys, we do a regularly scheduled live stream every Sunday between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. This one I hopped on because we were having technical difficulties the last 2 days. So I wanted to get people caught up. We covered Bitcoin. We covered SPY at the beginning of this. So if you missed that part and you're interested, just watch the video at the beginning once this live stream ends. What else we got? MTCH and PayPal. Any last questions, my friends? MTCH. For those questions, like what does it have more upside? I can easily answer that here, guys. As far as like what will be the highest high, if you're asking about price levels, I really would avoid answering that question without a 1-year reading to go by, because price levels are not what SO meta-analysis was designed for. Price levels are stuff that you can get with technical analysis. You combine it with SO meta-analysis, which gives you timing and sequence of events, and that's how you get really, really powerful trading. That's what we show you guys how to do in these monthly access and total access subscriptions, and what we'll teach in the Investor Profit University come the second part of this year. But as far as MTCH, well, does it have major upside in 2025? No, it does not. As far as PayPal, I would be surprised if I get a no for PayPal. Does it have much upside in 2025? Huh. I got a no for that as well. Let me do that one more time. It wasn't the clearest. Very, very mixed. PayPal, there's a lot of trading opportunity, it looks like, because it's going to be going back and forth throughout the year. Will gold return to 2,500 this year? If so, which month? The 2025 one-year reading, oh, that's Google, excuse me. The 2025 one-year reading for gold was done March 12th, 2025. Gold is one of the tickers covered by our monthly access subscription. You can see these are examples. I'm not going to show you April, but these are examples of the type of chart drawings, guidance that you get where we expect to see reversals or sharp moves. And you can see I was a day off on this big one. It ended up being there, but we did enter into this ellipse here, which I had as a lowest low, a possible lowest low. And because we had so much movement in January, I might just cut this out of the equation when making relative measurements of where lowest low is, and that would put it right here. So this was pretty solid. We just poked into it. That would have been entry, and we're well above exit if you're looking to exit in the month of March. But yeah, you can see there's a sharp drop here in between, like around just after the cusp. There's it looks like a sharp drop before higher price levels. I would definitely want to cash out if you're in a gold position. This would be a good place to open up protection, not necessarily cash out, because I do see us going higher in April and higher through much of the year. So I wouldn't cash out. Instead, I would hedge the long position so that when we go to go down to the downside, the hedge makes money. I could cash out of the hedge, and I don't risk exiting a great long position before it does all of its good, move. Hopefully that makes sense. But the question is 2,500 again. The bigger the ellipse, the greater the time frame of the reading that it's extrapolated from. The darker the ellipse, the smaller the ellipse, the higher probability of the price level entering into it. This is just the basics of meso meta-analysis with the charting. Yeah, I get a very definitive yes that we will see 2,500 again for gold. It's most likely going to be this low that we see around here. Around the cusp of September, October, probably October. So there's a ways to go, and it's interesting because that's before highs for the year. So there's probably some significant volatility in there. If you exited QUBT, hopefully you did that for a profit, my friend, because we had some solid moves in that. And don't forget about rule of karma. But to get back into QUBT, not too distant future. And I'm going to cap the questions there, my friends. I got to roll. Yeah, I still think QUBT is going higher in the month of March. If you're out, I mean, you could probably get in at these levels. or if you miss that opportunity, then somewhere around here in early April is probably another opportunity again before we go to higher price levels even. Thanks, AV. That's so helpful when you do that. Do I mind giving guidance on USO? When is the best time to go long? And can you give an approximate price? Will SPY double bottom in April, approximately April 10th? And then I'm going to cap it at those questions, my friends. No more questions, please. Yeah, I covered that question, AV, at the beginning of the video. So just when this is over, just scroll back to that. USO. USO is another one of the tickers that's covered by our monthly access subscription. It gets you the timing of the highest high for the month and the lowest low for the month. It gives you all of the expected trades throughout the month that we expect to see. They're really like a guide for what we expect. Sometimes things change, and that's why you want to have access to the Discord trade alerts, where we do the live updating when things do go like plus or minus a day here or there. God forbid I'm wrong. It happens occasionally. What am I looking for? USO, right? Let's close some of these up. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to show you guys how to get those services. I'm going to show you. Looks like I'm nailing this one. Another example of the live trading view chart links with the chart drawings, where we are actually putting in entry and exit and circling ranges for highs and lows and stuff. This says open long when we're in this range, and then here March lowest low, open long. We've got March highest high here. So now if you got into that trade, you could theoretically exit for a nice profit, or you could wait a little longer. But remember, the longer you wait, the more likely you are to lose your money. Everything, when your money's in the market, everybody in the market is trying to take it from you. The whole system is designed to keep that money. It's no longer your money. You want to get it back, and you do that fast. You don't do that by waiting, right? In any case, this is on point. This was drawn 3/2/2025. So we were here. So as far as a good entry, I mean, technically you could still enter at these levels, because I suspect we go much higher into April or May. But if you want to be really, really careful, you might wait until the early part of May. It's like, it might not be a lowest low, though. It might just be a prominent trough in between two highs there. I would say you probably want to get in. That's what the guidance was here to do, is to get into the long position. So, and that's another example. The live Discord trade alerts, like USO. This was on March 12th. Open long position around the current price levels. Expect to close long position at March's highest high around 319, 320. Backup exit on 324, 326. or risk holding into 2025's highest high in April, May. Follow the chart ellipses for entry and exit unless otherwise specified. That was on March 12th. So this is definitely where you want to be exiting out. Drawn 225. I try to steer clear of prices, water art. I'd say it's probably already in. The low that you're looking for is probably already in. And then SPY double bottom in April, approximately April 10th. Probably, yeah. Actually, that's the 10th. Let me just double check on one of these readings real quick. If you hopped on late, I'm about to re-record the April SPY reading because everything else is going with a specific pattern, and then SPY was the first one I did. It's off, so I'm going to redo it. Just throwing that out there. So that'll be up probably by tomorrow night. It's probably going to be the 8th or the 9th rather than the 10th. What are you basing that 10th on? Is that something astrological? But either way, that's probably where the lows are in most of our eight. Well, if it's a stock, if it's a crypto, that's up for discussion. Those are going to get all that stuff, all the April readings. I feel really, really strong and confident on their clarity and accuracy, all coming out over the next few days. So let me show you guys how to get those game-changing services. You go to our website, Tarot for Traders, hover over Order Now, click on Subscription. Monthly access subscription gets you everything that early access has, which is the earliest access to any of our public posts that you can get. They come out here first on our early access videos channel. And they're posted they're scheduled to post. The public versions are scheduled to post weeks and months in advance on YouTube. So you can either wait for them to come out on YouTube or you can have early access. It also gets you the live stream questions channel. It gets you the SPY day trade alerts and SPY swing trade alerts. It gets you the SPY chat where you can ask all those questions. And it gets you the trading view chart links where we're actually drawing entry and exits. I mean, the day trades have been pretty solid, guys, over the last few weeks. And then monthly access, it gets you monthly predictions for each and every one of these crypto and ticker symbols right here. That's all of the trades that we see throughout the month, that we expect to see throughout the month. It gives you the timing of the highest high and lowest low for each one to the day. And then it also gives you the Discord trade alert channel and trading view chart links for that. Those are the game-changing services. Do not trade this information without it. Early access, $100. Monthly access is $300. These prices are going up, guys. If you get them at these price levels, you will have that price for the lifetime of your subscription. So get it while it lasts because they are going up, guys. We are getting a lot more demand. It's just starting to really grow. And price is one of the ways that we can limit the amount of work that comes in. So with that said, there is a special offer, guys. Another thing you can do, maybe you don't know, because we talk about the subscriptions a lot. You go to our Order Now, hover over Custom Readings, or click on Custom Readings. We've got the multi-year reading, 1 year report, custom 1 month reading. You can order 30 days of consecutive stocks or crypto. Those are our most expensive custom readings. 30 days of consecutive dailies for stock or crypto. So basically, the readings that we do for SPY hourly, you can order 1 month's worth of those. It shouldn't say 30 days. It should say 1 month of consecutive. We're going to have to change that. But you do that here, and the special offer that we have right now is you can get 2 1-year reports for 2026, 2 2026 1-year reports for $600. Normally that would cost $1,000. If you're interested in that special offer, if you're a angel investor, it's already in the Angel Investor Discord channel. And if not, just message me through Discord, message me on the website, and we'll get you set up with the link to that, because you can't navigate to that special offer through the site. Again, it's 2 2026 1-year readings with $400 off. One of the best deals for 2026 readings you're going to get, period. They're going to become a lot more rare as we move towards 2026, FYI. All right, guys. And also, if you're new to the channel, let's make sure you're aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following through on the rule of karma. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. 5% of all profits from profitable trades using this information should be donated forward to one of these charities. That effectively keeps the flow of abundance flowing through the universe. And 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel as a form of expressing gratitude. Gratitude begets gratitude. You get what you put out there, right? And it leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, makes you an angel investor of the channel. The universe is going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Not to mention, you'll get my attention. We'll put you in the early access Discord channel where we actually can chat, voice chat, and that's where all of our special offers end up, regardless if anybody else sees them or not. All right, guys, that's the stream, guys. So if you missed the beginning with the SPY and the Bitcoin and all that stuff, go check that out. As soon as this ends, you can go look at it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Share this with somebody if you are subscribed. Let's keep this channel growing and help as many more people as we can. Much love and appreciation, guys. I will be on Discord bright and early tomorrow, hopefully for